Yo, what is going on, man? We are back at the original setup, the original spot, but enhanced, better, more elite. Just, I know you see the. I know you hear this. I know you hear this, and I know you see this. I don't think you really understand the excitement in my face. Like, if you know me personally, I'm all about quality and I'm all about just putting my best foot forward no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? At my job, I always try to, I'm not overexerting myself, but you're never going to see. I'm always going to give you good service, as long as you don't come at me weird or sideways. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I really don't think you understand. I finally have my setup back. I got my tripod. I'm gonna show you a picture soon. I'm gonna show you the setup very soon. And yeah, I got my tripod set up, my light set up, my lights in here, of course, my curtain. So everything is set up, looking nice. My audio is recording as we speak. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. You know what I'm saying? But I know you saw the title. I know you saw the thumbnail. And today we're gonna be talking about one of the number one skills that's gonna turn you and me into future millionaires, or some of y'all billionaires, some of us, you know what I'm saying, or whatever form of, or whatever picture of success that you see for yourself. And that skill is the skill to listen and learn. They go hand in hand, hand in hand. The skill to listen and the skill to learn. You gain this information, you retain it, and you put it in. You output it. A lot of people sometimes they don't even go into the retaining phase. All they do is listen, and then that's it. It leaves. It goes in one ear, out the other. You know what I'm saying? Today we're gonna be talking about the skill to listen and learn. So basically, to listen is to basically like someone saying something and you're actively listening. You're understanding, or I mean, not understanding, but basically, you're basically receiving this info, right? For example, let's say I put 001001 into a computer. The computer is receiving this information and you can see it on the screen, whether you type it in a doc or email, whatever, or you type it into Python, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You type in that stuff, it listens, it retains this info, right? And now to learn when it comes to listening. So first you have listening, receiving the information, retaining it. Retaining means to keep said information. I tell you 1 plus 1 equals 3. You listen to it, you retain it, and then when somebody asks you, you say it's 3. That's the learning aspect, is that you output it into the game, into the real world. You know what I'm saying? So I give you this info, you retain it, you put it out into the world. I tell you, hey, you buy it here, you sell it here. You use it tomorrow, and then you make money, or you lose money, or whatever. But you retained it, you listened, and then you outputted it. You put it into the real world. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about that skill. Okay. So, and then this goes especially for people that are above you in whatever aspect that you're looking to learn in and that you're looking to get better in. Whether that be photography, painting, drawing, videography, um, being fit, um, wrestling, boxing, basketball, tennis, swimming. You know what I'm saying? Being a good writer, a good reader, etc. All these different things. A good mathematician, good at math, right? You have to have these skills to be able to become excellent at them. You know what I'm saying? So not only are you listening to a person that's higher than you, your teacher, your mentor, whatever it is, or a person just giving you a couple jewels of advice, it's also your job to retain it and then utilize it into the real world. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give you a prime example of me, how it's worked in my own life. You know what I'm saying? So, as I've stated, I work in a very high class building. And so, I meet, these pretty important people or whatever, people that, make a decent amount of money every year. I don't want to release too many details, but there's this person that, I've I talk to almost every day. Sometimes short conversations, sometimes longer conversations. I got people. I have other people waiting for me at the desk, and he's a busy person, busy man, has a whole family, etc. You know, so I don't ever want to overstep. You know, but this guy, like, he's exactly what I want to be. Well, no, not what I want to be. He's exactly what I'm gonna be when I become successful, and that's basically like anyone that's willing to receive the knowledge, give it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like withhold all my knowledge that I have in my brain and keep it to myself, or just keep it for my family. No, I'm gonna give it out to anybody that's looking to receive. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's looking to fish, I'm gonna teach them how to fish so they could fish on their own and get their own food and eat what they kill. And he's been giving me a lot of advice pertaining to the stock market, and he told me specifically, like, if you want to get good at the stock market, learn poker strategies and use those poker strategies within the stock market, and you will see great success. And he said literally to get hired, and he works for a very large company that utilizes billions of dollars daily in market making and whatnot, right? And he says that he told me verbatim that for new hires, of course, after the whole hiring process, all the questions and whatnot, you are literally sat at a table and told to play a poker game and see how do you play your hand and how do you make the best out of the hand that's given to you, right? And this is why I love the stock market. I'm gonna make a video about this soon, about how life is like the stock market. Um, you know what I'm saying? And he basically said, yeah, research poker strategies, play some poker. If you're new, completely learn the basics, learn some strategies, etc. And then basically, I want you to come back and tell me what you learned from it. And I told him after I learned, I played for about 2 3 weeks. I learned and whatnot. And like I said, I retained what he said. I listened to it. I put my pride to the side, whatever it was, and I listened to it. I retained all this info, and I put forth the effort into learning and to gain from this knowledge. I learned how to play poker, and I noticed a big issue of mine was that I let other people's hands and the way other people move affect me. And I noticed I had the same issue in the stock market where I would get a recommendation to this stock and I should day trade this or I should swing trade this, and I would lose. I would lose. I would lose. I would lose. Instead of just sticking with what I know. You know what I'm saying? I would get highly affected. Or like if I hear chitter chatter about this stock or chitter chatter about this sector, or whatever, or I'd hear analysts talk about this or that, I'll be like, you know what? Now let me get out, and then bam, it would just shoot up or whatever. Days later, or sometimes the next day, and then I realized I was like, you know, I realized the same thing like poker made me realize was that like if a dude, even if I have a great hand, let's say I have a king, queen, heart, right? Or whatever it is, or ace of diamonds, king of diamonds, whatever it was, right? If someone was to bet extremely high, it would make me extremely nervous even with having such a great hand. Even with seeing the river that is on the table, right? I can see the river that's on the table and see my own hand and know that I have an amazing hand and very high probability of winning this table. Just because somebody is bluffing with a big bet, I would get out. And I'm like, wait a minute, I do the same thing in the stock market where I'm not worried about my own thing. I'm not worried about my own thing, and it's messing me up constantly. And his advice helped me with that so much. And to where now, over the last month and a half, I've made the most money I've ever made in the stock market. I've made my most progress. And that's because I stuck with what I know instead of letting other people and other outside forces affect me. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, my main things is tech, semiconductors, natural gas. Tech, semiconductors, natural gas. And I've made the most money I've ever made in the stock market in such a little amount of time through these sectors. You know what I'm saying? And this was some of the best advice I ever got. And I told him, I was like, and literally yesterday, he was like, He's like, let me know, man, so how things going. I was like, hey, 20% for the week. 20% for the week. Like I said, I'm having some of my best weeks now because I'm now just focused on these things. I'm just only looking at natural gas. I'm only looking at tech. I'm not worried about this meme stock. I'm not worried about GameStop. I'm not worried about this or that movement or this movement or that movement or that whatever, whatever, whatever. No, I'm worried about me and me only. And that has helped me so much, you know. And guess what? It's made me so much money, and it will soon lead me into more prosperity over the coming years. Because guess what? All it is just I'm gonna stack more wisdom on top of this wisdom as I listen to him and others more and more, and it's gonna lead me to that millionaire status, which leads me to the whole thumbnail, which leads me to the whole title. Be able to listen and retain information and then use it into the real world. You know, listen, retain, learn. This is what's gonna lead you to the to this. I'm sorry. This is what's gonna lead you to the success that you've always been dreaming of, to the vision that you see. No balances on your credit cards. You know what I'm saying? A nice hefty savings account. You know what I'm saying? A nice vacation that you worked hard for, that you didn't have to pull out credit card debt for. You know what I'm saying? That nice watch, that nice bracelet, that nice chain. Those Jordans that you've always been dreaming of. Whatever it is. The beautiful place. The beautiful scenery. You know what I'm saying? This is the skill that's going to lead you to that. And I'm slowly learning. I'm listening to a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to name any names. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But I'm constantly asking questions. I'm constantly listening and retaining information and seeing what sticks. Of course, not all advice is not going to be the greatest for you, but always have a listening, keen ear. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like if you want to get to this spot, you have to be able to listen, retain, learn. Listen, retain, learn. You hear it, you should do this. I think this would be a good thing for you, and it'll lead you to whatever you want in this aspect of life. Retain, okay. Let me go do some research. Okay, cool. Learn, apply it into real life. See if it sticks. You know, because like I said, not everything's gonna work for everybody. Some things are gonna work for differently for other people, etc., etc., etc. But listen, retain, learn. That'll be the skill that'll lead you to the success that you've always been dreaming of, to that vision that you've been seeing of yourself for the last 10 years. Why don't you go after it? Listen, retain, learn, meet new people, have people in your corner that are bigger than you. And I'm not talking about physically. Have people in your corner that are bigger than you, that are way more successful than you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what's going to lead you to prosperity. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take their critiques and take it to heart. Like, be like, you know what? You're right. Let me go ahead and step my game up. You know what I'm saying? Don't get discouraged when somebody's like, yo, you've been actually doing that wrong. You should actually do this. Listen, retain, and learn and apply. But anyway, man, you know, I got a little passionate, you feel me? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's basically the skill that'll lead you to that millionaire status that you've been envisioning and you've been dreaming of. And I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy the content. I'm definitely gonna be shooting again, but not today. I don't really have a lot of time. I've been working a lot, doing some OT, etc. You know what I'm saying? Putting in that work, putting in that pain, saving up money, you feel me, for the goal, the vision that I've been dreaming of for forever. Anyways, though, I shall see you in the next video, and I really hope you guys appreciate the quality. I'm just trying to give top-notch, grade A, numero uno quality. And I shall see y'all later, and I shall see y'all in the next video. I'm out of here.